One thing that I can't stand are people that run around and try to legitimize their nonsense and their foolishness and their fuckery by stating that they're either trying to help people, they're about a certain group of people, they're trying to help the black community, or even classify themselves to be a humanist. This video, I'm going to use this opportunity to address one person. And there's probably going to be another video following behind this one where I'm going to address maybe two other people. And a lot of y'all, or pretty much everyone, knows the guy that I'm talking about. He has a channel called The Religious Snitch. John Rhines, Flawed Logic Police Department, whatever other accounts he has out that nobody knows of. Now, I took a look at your last video. And once again, you classify yourself to be a good debater, but so many things prove that you're not. Because, for instance, you can't stick to subject, and I'm going to show you exactly how that happened in your last video. You misquote things all the time. Your responses are filled with emotion, and you have a problem with saying that men such as yourself are effeminate. And what's wrong with a man having emotion? Now, also, a woman came to one of my videos and posted or left a comment asking that same question. I'm not going to address it in the comment section, but I will reference what I'm talking about here in this video. Now, when I talk about effeminate, emotional, sensitive ass men, I'm not talking about a man having emotion because he might have got a bonus at his job and he's feeling happy. No. I'm not talking about a man feeling happy because he's getting ready to have a child, or getting ready to get married, or he's getting ready to go out on that date with the woman he finally wanted to. He's been waiting to go on a date with for so long. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about a man that's upset, heartbroken because his woman cheated on him, or his wife left him, or a loved one, a family member of his passed away. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about men that find themselves in situations where they should be well in control over their emotions. Something like a debating platform where nothing personal is being said about one another, but since they fall short on whatever it is they're trying to prove or reference, they respond with emotion. That's essentially what you did in one of your videos addressing me. Now, that's a problem for me because you presented an argument to me that I pretty much took apart, dismantled, put it back together, showed you all the flaws with it, and handed it back to you. Of course, that was something that you didn't like, and your response alone had proven that. The next trait that I don't like about a lot of you brothers is that y'all feel that y'all can reign supreme on somebody else's page. Now, this is something that I didn't get a chance to address in a video that I made because I didn't really want to go back and forth with your ass, so I felt no reason to say it. But I'm going to go ahead and say this. You stated how, or pretty much I stated how I deleted your comments on one of my videos. Now, you said, well, how do you say you're so fair, or whatever it is? I forgot what it was you said because you deleted your videos, by the way. But then again, I deleted your comments. Number one, there's only a certain group of comments that I deleted. I believe I deleted maybe one or two comments on that video. And it wasn't from your religious niche account. It was from that secondary account that you came to me with. After I blocked you the first time, here you come back again with another channel, trying to stuff your opinion down another person's throat. That's why I say what I say about you. Because no man wastes their time doing this shit. No man's going to waste their time trying to force their opinion down the next man's throat on their channel. It doesn't make any fucking sense when you look at grown men who do this. Because this is essentially what you would normally see a woman do. She has something to say to you. You don't want to hear it. You get up and walk away. She gets in front of the door. She'll take your keys away. Or if you're outside, she'll get in front of your face. This is what women do. I've never seen men do this shit in all my damn life. But y'all don't see nothing wrong with that. That's an emotional trait right there. And when you listen to this brother, your arguments fall short in so many different cases that it's not even funny. And this is the reason why I say you're emotional. Because here you try to portray yourself as this good debater, somebody who sticks to the subject, and you don't. You don't. You might feel that you can do that with people who are not on that same level with you, and you're really not that high on a level. And this is the reason why I'm saying this, because I sat back and I watched you. I've been watching you. These videos that you put out. And I sit back and I watch this. Because here you have guys that have come at you. They've talked about your family, talked about your wife, cracked all kinds of jokes on you. And not one time have I ever seen you get emotional. Ever. But meanwhile, you go against me a couple of months back. I don't talk about your family. I don't even think I crack jokes on your looks. I don't talk about nothing outside of what you presented for me to deal with. And everything that you have showed me is flawed. And since I presented, like, wait a second, this right here don't make any damn sense. You come back with an emotional response. This is, the question that I have to ask if I'm incorrect. How come the videos that you had are taken down? I can't find the videos anywhere. Did you set those to private as well? What did you do? This is something that becomes deeply disturbing. And then you would say, well, here he is completely biting somebody else's style. Now, if that's what you think, feel free to think whatever you want to. It doesn't move me one way or the other. But once again, I'm going to show you where your argument is flawed. Because you would say, well, he even imitates the intro with the cracking of the knuckles like David Carroll. Wait a second, hold on. When have you ever seen David Carroll crack his knuckles? You show me one video where you see him doing this. You do that and present that link in the comment section, and then we'll talk. The next thing he would say is even the eyebrow movements. You present a video where you see him raising one eyebrow like I do in damn near all of my videos. You present that for me, and then we'll have a discussion. You present a video where I have a cigar or striking a match and lighting a cigar and smoking a cigar in my videos. Then we'll have a discussion. Now, aside from that, whatever else you want to think, by all means, feel what you want to feel. Don't bother me. I'm not really going to address it, but it's whatever. Now, when I listen to your arguments and your discussions and some of the things that you've said in this emotional response video, and I'm talking about the video you made some months back addressing me. Here you would have a grown man who would sit back and say, well, I swear on my unborn child. And for the life of me, I can't understand why any man, any father figure would swear on his child. To a man who you don't know, who you would never know, and I don't care to meet you. So why does that even become an issue for you to swear on the life of your child? And this is why I say, and this is going to fall in conjunction with something else that I want to reference. Because here you would tell another young man, well, why do you find yourself in the sector of YouTube? Well, why do you find yourself getting so bent out of shape that you need to swear on the life of your unborn child to prove at that time, to prove yourself to me? Somebody who don't even care about you like that. Seriously, dude, it's not that serious. But when I listen to y'all do this, this is why I say what I say about you. This is why I say you have emotional traits, effeminate ways. This is not manly for no man to sit back and engage in that shit. And besides that, it should be as simple as, you know what? I'm tired of looking at this guy. I'm going to click off his channel and that's it. But no, what you Negroes do is y'all sit back, y'all come to these videos, you subscribe to the channel, you'll add somebody on Google+. This is how y'all get down. But with that being said, you will find yourself claiming that you dislike these people. This don't make any fucking sense. But then you can't even reference one valid argument on where their arguments fall short. Like, for instance, you try to say, well, my argument or my position on black people is flawed because I'm using YouTube or the sector of YouTube to validate my arguments. Even though I've went into numerous different avenues to validate my arguments. And as soon as I get some stuff set up the way I want to have it set up, I'm going to actually go into the field to validate my arguments. But that's for another time. So since I'm only using YouTube to reference my arguments, well, once again, I challenge you to go into your own backyard, look into any black community. It's funny because this is coming from a man who probably doesn't even live in a black community. But you're going to talk about what I say. It don't make no damn sense. You take a look at any black community and you see all these young boys with their pants sagging. That doesn't validate my argument or my position. What about all of these websites like World Star Hip Hop, YouTube, Facebook where you're going to find black men and black women conducting themselves like blatant buffoons. But that doesn't validate my argument now, does it? What about the reality shows? Love and Basketball Wives, Love and Hip Hop, Scandal, which is a TV show, by the way. I mean, at what point does any of this start to shine a light on you? If that's not enough, I'll do you one better. And I've talked about this before in other videos, the Bill Cunningham Show, which primarily uses black folks, or has black folks on that show. And what does it show black people doing? Does it show black people being productive, building businesses, fixing things? No, what it shows is a bunch of fuckery. Oh, wait a second, I'll do you one even better. Take a look at, and this is a show that a good friend of mine tells me about. Hardcore porn. From the few episodes that I've seen, it's predominantly black folks that find themselves on that reality show making a fool out of themselves. I mean, the list can go on and on, dude. I mean, are you serious when you say this shit? So where does my argument fall short when it comes down to black people in my position or where I stand toward black folks? But this is what you're going to run around saying, oh, he's going to be talking about YouTube. Wait a goddamn minute. You go to any black neighborhood and you tell me if it's a well-kept community, if there's not crime riddled all over the goddamn place. I mean, come on, man. I see this everywhere I fucking go. But this is what you're going to say to me. Now, to get into your arguments and what you get into when you have a debate with somebody and when you can't prove your point, and you do this every chance you get a video or you make a video, you always want to go back into your personal lifestyle, how wonderful things are going for your life. And once again, what does that have to do with any discussion that somebody's presenting to you on YouTube? And it might be valid when it comes down to somebody else. But it's not a valid argument when it comes down to me, because I don't talk about your personal life. And since you could not validate your argument, since you could not prove a point, what you would do, the only thing that you could do is go into your little comfort zone of what you felt you had something that trumped me over. Even though I don't tell you about my lifestyle. You see, I love the fact that you feel the need to validate who you are as a man to me. Because I don't feel the need, and I will never waste my time validating who I am as a man to you. This is why you ran around talking, oh, you work in the baller room. You work in the baller room. Is that supposed to offend me? Am I supposed to be upset? Do you think that's the only place I work? Oh, I just work in the baller room. That's just one location. But that's as much as I'm going to let you know. You see, this is how I fuck with y'all. And many of y'all can't even figure this shit out. And once again, since you can't engage the argument, you're going to use that weak ass shit as an excuse. Well, you work in the ballroom. And my life is so great. I've been on the red carpet. I'm being invited to this and that. I've been around the world. And what are you doing beside the boiler room? This is what you're going to say. And once again, that's where you fall short. And that's why I said you ain't equipped to engage me on any type of debate. You ain't on that level, dude. All you have shown is emotion. And what furthermore proves this is the fact that you have taken those videos down. I didn't flag the video. I don't do that shit. So once again, what do you find yourself to be equipped to debate somebody? You're no longer afraid. I'm not afraid to debate these guys. Dude, I mean, you don't make any damn sense. But then again, you run around saying, well, I could debate a Quasi, but why debate him? Because he's like Robin and David Carroll is Batman, because all he's doing is biting Batman. Wait a second. So you say, why go after Robin when I can simply go after Batman? Why go after Robin? Okay, if you want to use that, let's just run with it for a second. Okay, so why go after Robin when you can easily go after Batman? Okay, let's think about this for a second. Oh, that's why. Because you've already tried it before and you failed miserably. What do you got to say for yourself, man? And when I try to explain to you in the video that I made, the benefits of interracial dating, the first video, which was a direct subliminal shot toward you. And I said once again in that video, where do you feel the need as a man to swear on the life of your unborn son? And since you couldn't grasp what I was saying, since you just couldn't pick that up, and when I looked at a comment that you made in somebody else's video, oh, the only reason why you made the video is because I dated a white woman. I'm married to a white woman. What the fuck? No. Once again, it shows me that your argument falls short. Because I don't know who you're married to. I don't care who you're married to. Just like I don't care where you've been, what places you've gone to. That don't make no damn sense. It ain't got nothing to do with the discussion. And then something else that I wanted to briefly deal with that I didn't get a chance to speak on in that video. Because here you would say, how are you going to say you built your own brand from the ground up? The only thing I've ever told you, I never said I built my own brand from the ground up, and you said that in those last videos. I never said I built my own brand from the ground up. You brought that into the equation. I said, prove me where I didn't. Show me how I didn't. What I said was, I built my own audience from the ground up. Once again, showing your jealousy. And I'm going to go a little deep into that later on. But now, with all this wonderful stuff going on in your life, here you would address a young man at the age of 24 years old, and I'm talking about Caribbean Freddie. And you would say, with all these things you got going on in your life, you drive nice cars, you got yourself established at the age of 24, which most guys of your age don't have themselves at. Why do you find yourself engaging in this? And I'm going to throw something else in there as well. I'm going to just go on a limb here and assume that this man, I don't think he's married, and I don't believe he has children. This is not an insult, but this is just, I'm just going to go off of that wild assumption. I could be wrong. But you want to say, why does this man find himself in this scenario where he's dealing with this sector of YouTube? Okay, so we're talking about a man who we're going to assume supposedly is not married and doesn't have kids, but has himself together. Now, if you're going to throw that as an argument toward him, and let's just say these are factors in his life, then what does it say about you? Because it doesn't look, let me rephrase that. If it looks bad on his end to do what he's doing, then how much worse does it look off on your end? When you're a man with a wife, with multiple children, who should be more concerned with raising your family rather than making all these accounts, making all these videos, trying to critique people or trying to debate people. What does that say about you? So once again, it doesn't make sense, and I love how you try to come out and make it seem as if you're this big-time humanist and you got such the solutions and, no, dude, no, you're not fooling me with that shit. So when you run around talking that old bullshit, why don't you save it? Because the same way you can throw that argument at anybody else, it can be thrown back at you, and guess what? It looks that much worse on you. The fact that you got children and a wife in your life, that you got those two things that compound your life, but you on here doing this. Now, here's where I'm going to reference your jealousy. Because you got so mad when I talked about the subs that I have on my channel to somebody else. But now, once again, here you go talking about views. Now, I am aware when you had your flawed Logic Police Department account that you were the same guy that made a video saying you were going to expose me on something. Expose me on what? Buying subs? I would love to see you try that, because you're going to once again lose, fail, like you're accustomed to every time you go up against me. And that's just the way it is, dude. Because I don't allow you to get to me the way I mean. And what I don't understand is, like I said, I don't go after your family. I don't attack who you are as a person. I attack your points. And you get so bent out of shape about that, oh, I'm going to expose you for buying subs. That right there proves you to be an emotional dude. You're not a humanist. You're not someone that cares about all these rights. Dude, you're phony. Just like everyone else that runs around saying that they're about something that they're not. I never claim to be something that I'm not. I don't claim to be no humanist. I don't claim to be no civil rights leader, no pro-black person. No. I'm a man who speaks his opinion, that speaks from a logical perspective, and that's it. That's all I care to be, and I classify myself as that. Whether you see it or not, I don't give a damn. It don't really matter to me. But now, in addition to you running around claiming that you was going to prove that I was buying subs, which you didn't do because you couldn't prove it, you would also go as far as to talk about my view count. And this is something else that you said, that I'm cannibalizing my audience. But even when you made your response videos to me, and you would get mad at me for saying anybody that follows a certain group of people are idiots, but then here you would go talking about my audience that follows me. Doesn't make any damn sense. Because here you would say, and I don't even understand what you mean when you say I'm cannibalizing my audience. I don't force nobody to watch my videos. But you're the same guy, who would follow me on Google+, subscribe to my channel. This don't make any damn sense. But think about what you're saying before you run off at the mouth and say it. And here you would talk about, well, if you look at his views on his videos, he's getting less views than what he once did. Really? Are you serious? And you're talking about videos that I made 8 months ago, 6, 7 months ago. Once again, your argument is flawed, and I'm going to show you how it is flawed, and this is why you're not a good debater. You're just not equipped for it, because if you've done any research, which was something that you was employing me to do, you wouldn't begin to even use this as a half-ass argument. You say on average, or back then on average, my videos would get about 4,000 to 5,000 views. Once again, how are you gauging this off of compared to videos that I make now? Are you going off of the proper time frame? What are you gauging this off of? Now, just for the record, to go get a little scattered around with this argument for a second. The videos on my channel that have the most amount of views are not videos where I'm going back and forth with people. One of the highest view counting videos that I got is a video where I'm in the boiler room, which once again, you always love to crack a joke on. The video that has the highest views is a video where I'm talking about nice guys that finished last, which has nothing to do with beef videos. And that was a video that I put forth when I first came on to YouTube back in 2011. Even though my account says 2010, I started making videos in 2011. So now get your facts straight. Now to go into these two things, to make it nice and focal now, to get right into the sharp points of it. On average, when I put together videos, usually within the first day, I get about 900 to over 1,000 views. That's what I average at within the first 24 hours. I'm going to be real specific with you. So, when you gauge your information, once again, where are you getting the information from? Within about the first week, I get about 2,000, in certain cases, 2,500 views is maximum that I've gotten in a week. Once again, where are you getting your information from? Now, if you do a comparison, they're not even a fair comparison, because here you got videos that I did 6-7 months ago versus videos in certain cases that wasn't even put up a month ago. So, once again, where does the argument hold weight? I got a video where I'm driving in a car announcing what I'm going to put out. Not even really talking about much, but telling people the videos I'm going to make down the line. And that video was, 3 weeks ago? 2,500 views? What do you got to say about that? Now, if we were to now give the same comparison and stretch it out and let that ride for about 6-7 months, how many views do you think they would have? I mean, come on, you're not making any goddamn sense in what the fuck you say. And this is why I say what I say about you. You're emotional, soft, weak, your arguments hold no weight. You might think that you're a good debater when you go against certain people. When you come down this direction here, I'm telling you, man, you're dancing on the wrong side of the playing field. You're not equipped to engage me on that level. Your arguments are filled with emotion. I've never seen a group of men that conduct themselves in this manner. And here you will come out the woodwork with your video. Oh, I can't believe he would do this, and I can't believe he would do that. I mean, dude, you're not serious about what you're saying. Your arguments fall short. You go all over the goddamn place. You can't even re-quote what I'm saying. So, I can see why you would get so emotional. You see me? Not for 1 second. I ain't gonna let you get me bent out of shape. That's not what I do. Because at the end of the day, if I don't like it, or if it gets that upsetting to me, I simply turn off the laptop. But at the end of the day, none of these videos ever get to me. This is why y'all run around making these videos, trying to address people. Oh, well, how you gonna say you got a worldwide audience? This is what you would run around saying, dude, and that right there proves that you're envious. Oh, but I know the argument that you're going to throw back at me. Oh, you got other channels where I made a video and just the other day it's got over 4,000 views. Good for you. But unlike you, I don't care about how many views you get. Because I'm not using that as an argument to reference anything. To say that you're cannibalizing your audience. And I know you ain't going to like that. But as much as you don't like that, you damn sure ain't going to like this. Because if you watch my channel before, you realize my channel's in the defense of those who think logic and those who make sense.